Hello everyone, this is Christian Malayo. First, just like to thank everyone for taking the time to watch my presentation. This presentation is just a brief overview of the real-life negotiation that I did for a requirement this semester. The negotiation included dialogue with my MBA program academic advisor as a counterparty, and the goal was to change my degree plan from the 2015-16 degree plan to the 2016-17 degree plan. And I'll talk a little bit about the significance of that and what the outcomes were and everything else for during this brief presentation. As an overview, first thing we would talk about is just the issues, interests, and positions of all people involved. And then secondly, we'll talk about just an overview of the actual negotiation and the outcome. So framing the negotiation problems, talking about issues, interests, and positions of all parties involved. The biggest issue I had was under the current MBA degree program, the 2015-2016 program or plan, I would have had to take 48 credit hours in order to graduate. Whereas the newly admitted MBA students, those that came in under the 2016-17 plan, were only required to take 36 credit hours. And so my interest was to change my degree plan because at the time I had already taken 10.5 fundamental credit hours. There were 12 required, but I was able to get credit for taking biostatistics in my MPH program, and so they gave me that 1.5 for statistics. I had already started taking my core classes, just about halfway through with them, and with this summer semester I had already taken, or would have taken, 6 credit hours. And so under the new program, the requirement was 6 fundamental credit hours, kind of hybrid combination courses, still 24 credit hours or core course hours, and then 6 hours of electives. Therefore, my interest would be if I had already completed the 6 hours and already had done more than 6 credit hours of funded foundation courses, just allow me to get credit for those, complete these electives, and then finish up with 4 more classes left once if everything was approved. So my position really came from a point of fairness, as well as wanting to be able to graduate with either in the fall or the spring, or fall of this year or spring of next year. And really my academic advisor's interest was that one, whatever degree plan I was part of, I needed to do those requirements, which currently under the previous or under that degree plan I needed to do 48 credit hours total, and also the position was and that was really the biggest position from the other side. And so there was some difference of opinions, but we'll talk about the overview and how that conversation went about and what the ultimate outcome was. So the dialogue began with my academic advisor, and I was informed by my academic advisor that the dean would be the one to make the final decision. I brought up my concerns, and my concerns were that under the current degree program I'd have to take 48 credit hours in order to graduate, minus the 1.5 that I was given credit for my previous academic experience with statistics. And so the new students would have to take, under the 2016-17 degree plan, would have to take 36 credit hours. I had already taken 10.5 fundamental credit hours. The new requirement was 6. I was already taking 6 credit hours for electives, and so if I stuck with the current program, I'd have to take 12. With the new program, I would only have to take 6. I didn't have any quarrels or issues with the current core class requirements, wasn't asking for any waivers or any credits for anything. But again, the biggest concern was just the 48 credit hours that I have to take versus 36. It's the same degree. It would all come from TAMUSA and it would say MBA. So I was hoping that I would be able to switch that over and not have to wait a whole nother year in order to graduate. And by switching over, I would be able to, or eligible to graduate in 2017, fall 2017, or the spring of 2018. So there were some time constraints involved with the ultimate or final outcome. One, even if I was successful in achieving my target, I would still need to register for 4 classes. And part of that second issue was that even if it was approved, I'd have to switch over, not only have my degree plan approved, but with that approval, I would then need to sign up for courses, and courses were quickly filling up. So that was a big concern, and as well as a time constraint. So my advisor let me know that other students had, their precedence was set, and other students had been granted that. After some deliberation, some conversations back and forth, the outcome was that I was able to transition to my new MBA degree program, and I would have the opportunity to graduate in this fall. So I'm very happy to say that I did put in my graduation paperwork, and I do plan on graduating this fall. So thank you for the time. I appreciate your attention, and good luck with the rest of the semester.